you're done, what's up, y'all? Once you're done, you're good?
Yeah.
All right, I will release the Dobby. Hey, buddy. Get your water. Dobby. He totally... leave it. He totally just fucked up the webcam. So that's great. Oh, no. Dobby, go place. Place. Hey. Place. Nope. Place. Good. What's up, Scott? What's up, Cole? Make sure that doesn't get fucked up again. There we go. That should do it. Awesome, man. Who are you taking the precision class with? I'm getting ready to drop content on Tactical Responses channel for the precision or the scoped carbine class with Don Edwards. Flip the camera. Yep, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's called spam, and we don't do that. We are back for the moment being. Local group. Okay, cool. That's fair. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in place, otherwise he's going to hurt himself on it. Puss. Yes. Good man. Yeah, that's crunchy, huh? All right, ready? Nope. Yes. Good man. Yes. Hey. Yes. Free. Good job, buddy. Getting there. Yep. Sit. Down. Front. Excuse you. Front. Yes. Free. Good job. He's getting there. He's getting there. What's up, Anna? JGX. Dobby. Up. You good? Sit. Were you worried he was going to put paws on you and scratch you?
No, the scratching I'm okay with. It's the waterfall coming out of his mouth
after
he gets done drinking.
That's fair. Down. Yes.
Because my sensory issues will be all kinds of fun.
There you go. Dobby, place. Yeah. Good job. Sid says, Tasha! You're welcome, Emily. How's everything going with you with all that stuff? What the fuck? Alright, this is all sorts of wonky. I gotta fix this. No, that's... It's all wonky that direction. I need to... That's better. We're doing good. No, we do not have Bailey. Bailey has been back with her family for almost 3 weeks now. She's been doing good. Sid, we're doing all right. Have some stuff that's been going on and trying to get stuff squared away. As it sits right now, the live streams are going to be probably few and far between over the next couple of weeks while we get personal life stuff squared away. Tomorrow, I'm going to be putting a post into the Discord sharing some of the stuff that has been going on. One thing in particular, some of the stuff that you've actually been asking about, Sid, that I'm just not talking about publicly because, like, legal stuff. We are good. I'm just really, really pissed off and trying to fix other people's fuck-ups. Yes. Oh, hey. Hi. That was rather cheeky, ma'am. Okay. Okay, well. Emily, at that point, yeah, at that point, we would need to, anything beyond basically what I've already given you, if it's not working, then we would need to do some stuff in person. I know you have something going on in September. Yes, they do. I don't know if you still wanted to come down for the 4th of July thing, but yes, we're all right. Annoyed, but all right. Yeah, there's nothing that I can do just looking through the phone, unfortunately, because there's a lot of different things, and it may be a timing thing that I would have to go, hey, fucking that moment, that's when that shit had to get fixed. Yes. Good job, buddy.
I fixed the cup holder issue. Don't know why I didn't think about this to begin with.
What the fuck? You're an evil genius. No, they're not.
The only ones that we're not going to be able to fit in there are like the barbecue plates, you know, that have the big 32 ounce.
Yeah, good man. Yes. Yes. Free. Good job. Dobby, front. Nope. Front. You are crooked as fuck, dude. Yeah, I know. Figure it out. Front. Front. Yes. Yes. Free. Good job. Well, Emily, whenever you want to make a trip, you make a trip and show up. Like, for real, you tell me when you want to be here, and we will take the time to make sure that shit gets squared away. I'll let Czar meet Dobby. I'll let Czar meet Monarch. I'll let Czar meet Fiona. I'll let Czar meet Raven. Like, when it comes down to it, yeah, we're in Tennessee. When it comes down to it, we'll fucking make that shit work, and we will give you the skills to start being able to handle that. My woman's awesome, y'all. She went and got us strawberry milkshake, which I wasn't expecting. My gut doesn't need it, but with how fucking hot it's been, it feels great. Yep. Yep, we're in Tennessee. You probably have. Yeah, just come on down whenever you're ready. Yeah, I'm all over West Tennessee. Often in the Nashville area, sometimes in the Knoxville and Chattanooga areas. Make trips down to Florida, make trips to Texas. Like, I'm all over. And then I'm one of the medium-sized, relatively consistent people on TikTok. So TikTok definitely does push me a little bit, which is great. Yeah, man. This heat wave was nuts. Last night it was 97 degrees at 8 p.m. Yeah, good man. Good boy. Foos? Yes. Yes. Good. Foos? Yes. Foos? Yes. Good man. Good man. Ready? Yeah. Yes. Free. Apartment is tiny. I get that. We'd have a hell of a time though. Like if you want to go out to the range, we can do range things. I could probably talk my friends into letting you shoot their 50, like the big motherfucker. It'd be a whole thing. That's what we are doing for the 4th of July. I saw you and pay for the trip. So I assume that it's a money thing. Sit. Front. Yes. Free. Hey, fucker. Sit. Sit. Down. Front. Yes. Front. Yes. Yeah. Free. Monarch, you're gonna have to shut the fuck up, honey. We love you, but shut the fuck up. How do you get your dog to stop barking when you leave the house? Well, probably are gonna need to use something like... He does cheat on the down. He does. Probably need to use something like a bark collar. If you're not there to correct it, how the fuck are you gonna correct it? I mean, you know what I mean? All right, Monarch. Your little bullshit is going to stop. Leave it. Free. Sit. Good boy. Down. Yes. Free. Sit. Front. Front. Nope. All fucked up. Yes. Yes. Good. Free. Yeah, train. That. Any recommendations on training? Train. Like, just take the time and fucking train. What do you want a recommendation about? Because like, yeah, you should get out and train. If a dog knows a command but still gets frustrated during training session, what can cause it and how to help them not become frustrated. So if they're becoming frustrated, then they don't know what you're asking of them. Confusion and frustration comes from not having clarity in what you're asking. Now, they may go, fuck, maybe I misheard and do something else. And like with him just a second ago, right? He was trying to front, but then turned it into a heel because he's like, shit, I may have heard foos instead of front, right? Sometimes that happens, and it's okay. And we just tell him, nope, that's not what I'm looking for, which for him is, I'll move him out of the way so he can't go to that same thing again, and then I'll give him that command again, and then he gets there. Now, if they're doing it because they don't want to do that particular thing, that's different once they very clearly understand it. What treats do we use? What's currently in my pockets is the Retriever brand chicken flavored meatballs. It's these, which we then cut into quarters so that they are that sized. And the dogs like them a lot. Down. Yes. Sit. Yes. Sit. Good. Good. Yes. Break. Free. Thank you, Haley. Dobby is awesome. He is a very pretty black shepherd. He is my sport dog prospect. We're going to do PSA with him. Front. So he wanted to move, but he doesn't know how to do that full transition. Yes. Dobby. Foos. Foos. Nope. Foos. Yes. Good foos. Free. Free. Hey, that's the microphone. Working on your dog facing backwards between your legs. So that's what we call guard. Oh yeah, he loves working. Loves working. Yeah, well. Aaron, they tend to be a little on the stubborn side. Especially if they're good. So then Alexandra, then what you need to do is create your stopping point. So with your lure right here, right, you get them into the base position here, and with one treat in one hand and a treat in the other hand, what you'll do is you will bring them forward, bring them between your legs, and pass him through using your other hand Yes. Free. As the stop. What that'll look like from the other side is he'll go, Foos. Dobby. Foos. Good. Ready? So I will guide with this hand, pass him to this one, and I will not pay him way out here. I'll pay him with his head up, with his head touching my butt. Yes. Foos. Yes. Front. Yes. Free. What language is my command in? Most of it is in English. I use Foos right now specifically for the heel because I'm going to be building a focus heel with him, or I have been building a focus heel with him. And I want that focus heel to be default for right now, but I will also teach him an English informal heel. It is indeed a Dobby. Well, that's because she thinks that she can do that without consequences. Good evening, Cedar Town. Free. Dobby. Hey, Dobby. Front. Front. Nope. Front. Yes. Good man. So I just jackpotted him right there. Yep. Good man. Yes. Free. Dobby. Haha. Gotcha. Yeah, the little tail wag is my favorite. He's been doing stuff consistently for about 4 months, with no real pressure. So it's all really positive reinforcement based for him, and for what we're doing. I'm getting him to do stuff that is relatively unnatural for dogs. So I'm trying to put a whole lot of payment behind it before I start putting a lot of pressure in making the thing happen. I've got plenty of time. Yeah, he's doing okay. The stuff that I'm doing with him, because I have a whole bunch of time, is not what I do with most of my client dogs. And that's okay. It's okay. Most of my client dogs, I'm not teaching competition stuff. I'm just teaching functional obedience, which means they don't have to have precision, right? So I don't care that the dog will do a folding down, yes. Or sit prompted up, yes. Foos. Foos. Or when he's healing, looking up at me like that. Yes. Free. Or that really, really close front. It's not something that most pet homes want or need. They might want it, but they don't really want it as much as they think they do, because it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of upkeep. With getting a new puppy, when do I start adding pressure? There are things that I add pressure with. And if it's for just functional pet obedience, that's different than doing competition stuff, right? Functional pet obedience, we can have in 3 weeks. Dobby. And I start adding pressure layered in with leashes and e-collars after week 1. But it's totally different with what I'm doing right now. Like, with what I'm doing with him right now is not a good example of what we normally would do for a person's pet. All right, buddy. Kennel. Fiona. Fiona, place. Yeah, every single time she's got to go say hi to Mom. She was really happy snuggling with us on the couch or on the bed earlier.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Hey, I'm going to get a kiss real quick.
Kiss.
I love you.
Yay, I love you.
Good job, Fiona. Down. Yes. She's very happy, very excited. Dobby, knock your shit off. Unfortunately, YouTube's data is not showing up on OBS. And that kind of annoys me. Would the Rufflin kennels be approved for a kennel license? So, in my area, I don't require a kennel license, so ask your local municipality. No, Alexandria, I don't anymore. Hey, Harley. I'm Dakota. I'm a dog trainer. This is what we do. But I will say, if they aren't, that's fucking dumb. Because they're probably the best bang for your buck crate out there. They will do 90% of what all the other ones will do. Honestly, probably 95%. You're going to be looking at special cases why you would go with like Gunner or Impact. My lady was awesome and went and got a strawberry milkshake. You got the Lucky Duck? Cool. The new Lucky Duck kennels and the new Dakota kennels fixed the problem. The ones I've seen recently fixed the problem with the door, which is great. I love that. And I would totally try one out if they sent one to me, but they're not going to, so. Oh, yeah. The Lucky Duck's definitely cheaper than the Gunner, for sure. They are not crash test rated or certified. Rufflin has done some crash testing, and has had plenty of dogs that have survived. So, on the old Lucky Duck kennels, they have their little latch, right, that you grab and you pull out, and it, kind of like a old filing cabinet, had a single point. There was a single bolt that would come and lock into place. Because of that, the wire door that was on those crates, the top right here and the bottom here, was unsupported by anything other than the wire. So if the dog had like separation anxiety or anything like that, if they tried to start digging at the door, they would bend the door out and they could get their paw stuck and possibly do some real fucking damage. Now, the the way that it's set up now, they have ones that, one, do have a bumper bolt that you can lock into place by pushing it up, pushing it down, as well as they also have another lock that instead of, as this thing gets pulled out, instead of it just bolting in right here, it actually actuates these right here, so they are supported now, which is great. I love that. Yeah, you can train a pit. Yeah. Yeah, the new Dakota crates look cool, and being that my name is Dakota, they should just go ahead and sponsor me. We should do some shit together. I would love that. Hey, Dakota Kennels. Hi, I'm Dakota. Let's get this thing done. What's up, Capri? Would a Beauceron be a good protection dog? So, generally speaking, no. Can they be? Yes. But generally speaking, no. The 3 most successful protection breeds on the planet right now, based on the available pool of dogs that we have, are well-bred German Shepherds, Malinois, and Dutch Shepherds. Generally speaking, even though the Dobermans were supposed to have been bred for protection, most of them are nervy wrecks that are not what they were supposed to be. And that's just due to bad breeding. Now, there are some really good Doberman breeders that are doing really good work in that space, and I can point you to them. But that's typically not going to be the case. Similar to, there are Presa Canarios that are being bred for protection work and being fairly successful. The things that I would tell you to look for is the mom and dad of that dog already doing that job? Fiona, center. She got to get her stretchies in. Yeah. With me. Yes. Down. Down. Sit. Spin. With me. Yes. Paw. Sit. Paw. Good girl. Yes. Hey. Place. Yeah. So it's because she can feel it, and we've done it a lot, Haley. Center. Right? So her being right here, right now, my calves and my knees are touching into her shoulder and rib cage, right? So when we go forward, she feels it. Also, her head bounces into my pelvic triangle, right? When we go backwards, she can feel my knees catch on her hips or into her rib cage, right? As we turn, one of my legs comes forward into her shoulder. The other one comes back in the back of her hips. Now we can also go left and right, and she's just feeling, feeling and reading my body language. Right? So we go forward, back, to the left, forward, back. With me. Good. Break. So it's literally just feel. We've done it a lot. She understands what's up. She gets all of her cues just from feeling where my knees and my calves are. Yeah, building confidence is gigantic. I am currently doing all of our training inside as far as what you guys see on the live stream. However, we do training outside too. And if you say that you can't, you're wrong. The only reason you can't is because you don't want to. How long have I been training for? For 5 years, professionally for 3. What's up, Cheech? Techie. So there's a couple of reasons. So the first one being that me right here and her being right here, it's pretty wide, right? In stores, when I go center, right? While I widened my stance a little bit, most of that space was already there. Knock your shit off. Most of that space was already there that she just took up. So now we got smaller. Okay? The other thing is exactly what I was explaining with her being able to read my knees. So she doesn't have to look at me. She can look forward. She can do all sorts of other different stuff. If there's something else going on over here, she can pay attention to that. She can bark at that thing. She can do whatever she's got to do. And the only other thing that she's got to do is stay right here, right? When I go with me and I start going forward, she's there. I start going backwards, she doesn't have that extra communication, right? Because she's not touching me. So when I go forward, she's there, and I go backwards. Now she's paying attention. Yes. Good girl. Good job. Break. Touch. Yep. Touch. Touch. Quiet. It also looks scary, which that's just a deterrent. There's a lot of reasons that somebody would like doing that. Being confident in bulwark is awesome. Said you've got a submissive issue. PA Milkshake. She's been like this for the most part for like 6 years. Or, sorry, since she was like 6 months. Doing the extra movement and walking backwards and stuff, that's been recent, but it took her a week to pick it up once we started actually doing it. How do I fix when you're putting gear, he's shutting down, and as soon as he's done, he's fine and happy? Where's the collar and patch from? The collar is from Canine Tactical Gear. It is their E-Tac collar, and the patch is also from them. So that typically is actually a confidence thing. So Fiona does the same thing. The longer the equipment is on her, the more comfortable she is. But if I put a harness on her, or if I put boots on her, or anything else, she will be shut down for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's genetic. It's not something that we can fix, other than just consistently putting the equipment on the dog and getting them to get over it. Have I worked poodles before? Shit tons. And also a shit ton of poodle mixes, because for whatever reason, they're breeding everything with a poodle right now, and it's ridiculous. Like, golden doodles are dumb. Correct every time they hit the end of the line. How do you train a dog to stop barking? You correct the dog for barking. But before I do that, because I want most of our dogs to be able to bark, I also teach them to bark first. Yes. And then I will tell them to be quiet. And then when they do it, then we go, yes. Good quiet. Good job. Good job. Good quiet. You teach both. If he's only 3 months old, you got so much time. Just keep luring, keep doing reps. It'll be right. I want an F off collar when I got. Yeah, that's fine. That's easy. Yes, when you're calling him, he constantly shutting down. If he's shutting down when you're calling him, it means almost certainly that you have been correcting him for that particular action, or he perceives that you have been. Stop doing that. Recall needs to be built with positive reinforcement so that they enjoy it. I'm not a big fan of poodles either. Have I worked with a Yorkie with barking? Yes, I have. And he will urinate all over himself. Yeah, so you've got a fucking trust problem with that dog like crazy. You need to build a whole lot of trust, build a whole lot of positive reinforcement. Thanks, Sarah. The dogs say it's nice to see you. So if the dog is shutting down and peeing, probably not. Yeah. The problem with anything when it comes to dogs that are not doing what you think that they should do is a lot of people, like the majority, are people that don't know what they're looking at when they're looking at a dog. Like Fiona, she is not genetically confident. I will not breed this dog. I love her. She will do a lot of shit that most other people can't get their dogs to do, but it's not from genetics. It's because the first 2 years of her life, I spent every single day with her, taking her into every conceivable place, doing everything that we could, even if it made her uncomfortable. And we have a bond like nobody's business. She will climb vertical ladders if I ask her to. Huh, honey? Yes, my girl. Oh, yeah. Yes, my girl. She will jump on. Oh, shit. She will jump onto anything that I ask her to. She will climb vertical ladders. She will do whatever the fuck that I ask of her, as long as she understands what she's being asked. She may not like it, but she will do it. Not only because she must do it, but because she wants to do it. We have a very good relationship that way. Yeah, so if he was abused in his previous home, bro, just tons of love. Like, tons and tons of love. Build a whole lot of a bond with that dog, and then start putting pressure on the dog. But like, you want that motherfucker to go, yes, I love coming to you, before you start putting pressure on that dog, especially if he's already acting like that. You're welcome. You are welcome. Thank you for stopping by and asking questions. Yeah, of course they are. Some breeds are harder than others. There are dogs that are more biddable than others. Huskies and Pits both have a reputation for being on the harder side. Fiona, center. Center. Good job. Yes. There's a lot of different dogs doing a lot of different stuff. And some of them are a pain in the ass. Some of them are relatively simple to train. Yes. Good center. It's my girl, huh? It's my girl, huh? Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Yes. With me. Yes. Yes. Break. Yeah, unfortunately, most people don't know what the fuck they're doing with these dogs. They don't know what they're seeing, and that leads to really sketchy, non-confident dogs that people are just breeding for money, and they're fucking up these dogs and fucking up the breeds, like really badly. What is this? Have you tried putting your hand in the food while feeding? Let's not fucking do that. So, dog was food aggressive. All right, so here's the thing. Why is a dog being food aggressive? Why are they resource guarding the food? What is their biggest fear when they are resource guarding food? Why are they doing that thing? Yeah, Alexandria, that's what's up. That's the way. So, feeding them more is better. Haley, I don't really have a least favorite dog breed. I just really, really have a disdain for shitty breeders breeding bad dogs. So does anything that's poorly bred. How to teach a dog from running away? I'm assuming you mean keep a dog from running away. Put him on a leash. Collar and a leash. Since nobody wanted to answer the question, a dog that is resource guarding food. They are doing so because they fear losing the food. So, instead of doing the stupid shit, like taking your hand and running through the dog's food while they're eating and like playing with the bowl and trying to fucking alpha roll the dog, stop doing that shit. Stop doing that shit. Stop telling people to do that shit. That's how people get bit. What you do is at a distance, you mark yes, you come up and you add more. And ideally something of higher value. And as they're not exhibiting the resource guarding behavior, you then mark it again. Yes. And pay them. And add more. That is going to build trust. It is going to go, oh, every time my person walks in, they're not coming to take my shit. They're coming to give me more. You are counter conditioning that behavior so that they are no longer afraid of you coming up and getting that thing. Yeah, that's not a thing, Haley. That's not a thing. Couple of things that I would recommend. Doing that doesn't fix that problem. Now, you can use that to proof to make sure that, hey, the dog understands nobody's coming to take your shit, but that's not the way that you get them to stop resource guarding. You get them by going, hey, good girl. Yes. Break. Yes. She gets more. Yes. All right. Now, when somebody comes in, and you can have the kids do that too. Yes. They get more and more and more and more. Instead of having that worry that it's being taken from them. If you have a dog that is severely food aggressive and you just don't want to deal with it, feed the dog in the crate. Take whatever their food ration is, open the crate, put it in the floor of the crate, take the bowl, put it in there, however you want to do it. Whatever way is not going to get you bit. There are some dogs that the moment that that bowl leaves, or you start reaching for that bowl, they absolutely would bite you. So be smart. Don't get bit. But that's a thing that you can do. Yep. Yeah. Also teaching the kids, hey, the dog's out and eating. Leave the fucking dog alone. You wouldn't want somebody hovering over your plate either. Fiona, as a puppy, she was food aggressive. She was food aggressive. She absolutely will resource guard toys and food, in particular high value food. She will not do it with me ever with me. Occasionally, the kids will get a little bit of a growl if they're fucking around. That's funny, Victoria. I've seen a couple of them. I've seen a couple dogs start doing that. So often, the toy aggression part, or really any aggression as a puppy, if it goes away, it's just because they started understanding, oh no, you're not just going to take my shit from me. You're crate training a dog for a client, but they want it done in a week. Dog isn't motivated. Help. Make the crate a really good place. Like, if you're a trainer, you should have already figured this out before taking that client's money or making promises that it would get done. Kongs. Okay? These Kongs, fill them, freeze them, chuck them in there. The dog now eats his food in the crate, rotates out for the bathroom, comes out, does normal obedience work, goes back to the crate where there is more good things happening. That's what you're going to be looking for. Well, Johnny, then you're going to want to either correct that behavior or figure something else out. What I recommend the best approach would be to help your dog with separation anxiety. Get a solid crate. Typically speaking, for dogs with separation anxiety, the bottom that I recommend is the Ruffland, just because they're generally safe. Don't get a fucking wire crate. The Very Kennels, like the one you see with Dobby over here, the door is their weak point. They're not great for dogs that have separation anxiety. They will often either pop that door or chew through the very, very thin plastic next to it. The Rufflands or a Impact or a Gunner. Rufflands are the good intermediary for a low to medium separation anxiety dog. If you have a dog has high separation anxiety, where they're going to shred fucking everything, and you shouldn't put anything in the crate, by the way, then that's going to be a problem. Next thing, once they're comfortable in the crate, exactly like what I was explaining a second ago, with other dude, with you being there, right? Turn it into a good place. Feed them Kongs, feed their food, make it a very good place. Nothing bad happens. It is not a place of punishment. It is a place of good things, comfort, and safety. Then, slow periods at a time, like depending on how reactive the dog is, or how bad their separation anxiety is. When you leave, first start out at as little as 30 seconds. Go outside, shut the door. Because the wire cages, if the dog tries to escape, will hurt and or kill them. And I don't like that. I 100% am going to prioritize the safety of the dog over the cheapness of a fucking $50 crate. I would rather the dog be out than the actual thing that is meant to keep them safe, unalive them. From there, 30 as much as 30 seconds. Outside, shut the door, count it down. Then you'll open the door. Yes, pay the dog. Boost it after successful 4 or 5 times. Boost it to a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And slowly keep moving that thing. Well, Haley, we use our crates a lot because I've got so many dogs in the house, rotating in and out of the house, and they sleep in them. So it's a very, very helpful thing. Got it. So then what you would end up wanting to do is build that good behavior of being quiet and settling in the crate. Make it be fine with it. And then start correcting bad behavior. Eventually you'd get to the point where you'd have like I've got an Arlo camera right over here. I can pull it up, and because the dogs understand the sounds that I'm making with my mouth, if the dog is barking or yowling or starting to, through the camera, even though we're not there, like the car has left, we're down the street, I can go through the camera, and the dog goes, holy shit, God has spoken. And they stop. What do I need to do for my dog to take me seriously? She's going through a phase where she just is not listening. Correct the dog for not listening if they very clearly know the behavior. Like, I don't understand why people think that lightly correcting their dog for doing stupid shit is a problem. Like, oh, there are scientific studies that say that the dogs have a heightened cortisol, and you're seeing stress hormones being heightened. Cool. You know what stresses me out? Driving by a bunch of vehicles doing 85 miles an hour, literally 5 feet from them. I gotta get over it. The dogs also have to learn how to live life and go through regular stresses. Break. So, once the dog very clearly understands what the behavior is they're supposed to be doing, very clearly understands it, then you start correcting them for not doing it because they don't want to. It's not a skill issue anymore. It's a will issue, and we'll correct will issues. Could you get a camera if you're not there? Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. I've got this Arlo camera over here. I can pull up on my phone. Yeah. Stress is not inherently bad. You should teach your dog how to deal with stress. Sometimes that stress is going to come from you. Sometimes Tasha's stress comes from me. I am the source of the stress. Sit down. Good. Spin with me. Yes. Good girl. Break. You break. Yeah, then correct the dog. Like, if the dog's like, nah, bruh, I don't want to do that. We're not doing that today. I didn't ask you. Like, if you do the right thing, when I go sit, yes, you get paid in some sort of way, right? Good stuff's going to happen in some way. Spin. Place. Welcome to the boob zone. Population U. Gonna poke the nozzle. What you gonna do? Boop. Right? The right shit gets paid. Tips on impulse control. Get the dog to understand what you're asking from them. Then withhold that thing from them until they are calm, cool, collected, and doing the thing that you want them to do. And then release them to it. Like she's currently on the bite table as a place. And I'll just go, brick. Yeah. And she gets paid for it. Clear communication. Clear communication. Use good markers. When the dog does the thing you want them to do, mark it. For Fiona's case, I use yes. And you'll notice her behavior slightly changed. She's going, where is my reward? Because yes means, I like what you're doing, keep doing it, and you're going to get paid for it in some way, shape, or form. It may be pets, praise. It may be toys. It may be food. It may be access to something out in the world, like going to chase a squirrel. And then her release command, brick. You no longer have anything else that you've got to do right now. You can go be a dog. If you want to hang out with me, that's fine. You want to go do something else? Do something else. Is the other dog black coat or different? So she is a black and a dominant black and silver sable, which is a weird genetic mutation. Dobby is solid black. Monarch is a sable, a black and tan sable. What's up, Allison? When Honey brought me that strawberry shake, it's so fucking good. Fat kid food is so good. It's terrible for me, though. So, means I don't like what you're doing. Fix it. Sometimes there may be a correction. Sometimes there is not. It doesn't necessarily mean that one is coming. No means something very specific. Like, if I go, no, her body behavior changes, right? Head ducked down. She was like, what the fuck? Means absolutely fucking not. And a correction is coming. Right now, she's a little confused because she didn't get corrected. Break. That's my curl. It is a conditioned response. It is not something that she has to think about to do. When I say yes, she's like, oh, fucking right on. If I go, no, she's like, oh shit. All right, I fucked up. Don't know what I did, but in that moment, I fucked up. Now, I don't like breaking that contract. Spin. Yes. So be consistent with that. Who's under Fiona? We're not talking about that dog right this moment. It is a strawberry milkshake. No, you're good. I'm just not talking about it. I have been training professionally for 3 years. I've been training for 5. Fiona, center. It's my girl. This is my girl. She's a good girl. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Spin. Yeah. With me. Yeah, sometimes she be tay-tay. Sometimes, but not all the time. Oh, wait, hey, the troll was here? Oh, hey, look, it's the troll. How did I get into training professionally? Did I start an apprenticeship? So, no, I did not. I went a weird route. I was diagnosed with some shit and was recommended, hey, you might want to consider getting a service dog. And then I looked at service dogs and found out that they were $20,000 to $25,000 for a base dog that may or may not be task trained depending on what you needed that dog to do. And went, oh, shit, I can't afford that. So then went down the rabbit hole. It's like, oh, you can actually train your own service dog. So how do you go about doing that? And then I started training my own service dog after I got that dog as a puppy. And then we went out in public a lot. Like, that dog went with me fucking everywhere. And every time that I went into a public setting, somebody was going, oh my God, where did you get your dog trained? And I was like, hi, it's me. I'm the one that did that thing. And they were like, oh my God, would you train my dog? And I said, absolutely fucking not. No. Honestly, it kind of annoyed me that people kept asking me, and I kept telling them no. And often they were like, are you sure? I'd really like you to train my dog. I'm like, I said no. They didn't respect no means no. So what I started doing is I started going, okay, I will train your dog for X amount of dollars. And I thought that it was a high number. Until one day somebody was like, abso-fucking-lutely, let's go. And then I had to figure that shit out. And I took that money to go to seminars and learn how to start training dogs better. So going to seminars for basic functional obedience, for canine first aid stuff, for protection work, for decoy work, for all sorts of different stuff. And then people kept asking me to pay them, or they kept asking to pay me to train their dog. So I did that thing, and then eventually I left my $75,000 a year corporate job to do this full time. Let's read some of those questions. Well, that's a fucking weird take. A lot of people don't need service dogs. I'm a man, so I know this stuff. That's some very Riri stuff going on right there. That's super Riri. Yeah. Oh, that's my girl, huh? That's my girl, huh? That's my girl. Now I've trained dogs for PTSD, anxiety, mobility stuff, for seizures, for diabetic alert. We built some service dogs. Yeah, not everybody needs one. Quite frankly, most people don't need one. I have a lot of people that claim that they need one shouldn't be fucking trying to deal with themselves, let alone having the responsibility of an animal. Fiona, send her. He's a good girl, yeah. It's a good girl. With me. Hey, with me. Good. Spin. Yes. That was perfect. Good job. Yep, you're going to have another one. I know, those are on the crunchy side. Yeah. Break. I mean, that a lot of people do fucking think that they need antidepressants in a service dog. I know some people that legit need antipsychotics. Good girl. Brick. Haha. That most people do need to touch grass. I need to go outside. They need to touch grass. They need to spend less time on their phone. They need to not watch the news where if it bleeds, it leads. So you're getting a whole bunch of stupid bullshit that's fucking with everything that you do. You need to actually like go have a conversation with another human being, not black and white text on a screen with a fucking AI chatbot. Yeah, she gets super excited. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, fake service dogs in stores is a gigantic fucking thing. There are certain things that it should be acceptable to publicly shame people for. Not training their dog in general is probably a decent one. Like, if your dog doesn't know how to sit on command and doesn't at least know how to walk on a loose leash and, like, be chill, like, there's some goofy shit that you should figure out. If you're doing pet dog stuff. If you're doing working dog stuff, it might be a little bit different. I also think that all dogs need to be crate trained and muzzle conditioned. So they, at least the first time that, if they have to get a muzzle put on them, like if they get hurt, for example, that should get scored away. You should also publicly humiliate people that don't put their fucking shopping carts away. Yeah, you usually can tell if it's a fake dog, but unfortunately, they're covered under the ADA. The moment somebody says that it's a service dog, even if it's not, yes, it's still a breach of the ADA with the information you have. Yes. Break. And a fake service dog is illegal in every fucking state, so there's that. What's up, Taylor? The groomer would... My dog was the only trained for muzzle because when we took her to the groomer, wouldn't do it because of her breed unless she had a muzzle. Well, that's kind of shitty, but I mean, that is what it is. What it is shitty. All right, honey. Are you ready to go kennel? Good girl. It's time for everybody to go to bed. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. We've been on for over an hour. We're doing good, Taylor. We've been on for over an hour, so we're gonna go ahead and head out of here. We will probably not see y'all tomorrow. More than likely, the next day that we're gonna be live is gonna be on Monday, because we've got stuff going on that we've got to get taken care of. You know, I think that fake service dog thing that Alexander put out was the smartest thing that I've ever seen that person say. Because I think it's the same person that keeps getting upset because the dogs go in crates when we're training, and like I use an e-collar, and apparently it's a boost. Yeah, she does want my shake. Yeah, Rubber Ducky. We can send you the photos of why we have to take the time off to get that shit squared away. I trust. All right. Love, peace, and bacon grease, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Should be live again on Monday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Excuse me. Please remember, get out and train your dog. Get out and train in general. Do something. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. So that one's closed. YouTube, we'll see you fatherfuckers later.